workplace, coal mining and tree logging are considered two of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Loggers often work in inclement weather and are exposed to some of nature's most harsh elements. Heavy machinery and power tools are also used on a daily basis. In 2013, the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Census of Fatal Occupation Injuries Summary stated that when loggers use handheld saws and power saws, they were much more vulnerable to injury from falling tree limbs and dangerous equipment. Loggers also work at great heights to cut down trees, so the risk of falling is always apparent. They often work in unstable and uneven terrain, causing the slips and falls of workers and machinery. Loggers must also be aware as to which way a tree may fall, how heavy it is, and where it may land. Working in remote locations where proper healthcare facilities are not readily available also contribute to the hazards of the job. These daily threats make logging one of the most dangerous jobs in the United States. In 2013, there were 91.3 deaths per 1,000 workers, which is an improvement from the year before, when there were 128 deaths per 100,000 workers. Jerry Bonovsky, CEO and Safety Director for Washington Contract Loggers Association, credits the improvements to the adoption of safer equipment and procedures. Coal miners are also exposed to hazards in the workplace. Coal is mined as a source of fuel to provide power to many people around the world. Wisconsin, Kentucky, and West Virginia are the most common places where coal is mined. Workers must always be aware of everything going on in the mine. They work in cramped conditions, often no bigger or wider than the size of a coffin. There is also no light underground, so miners must work using only a headlamp. The threat of injury is also made constant as miners can be hurt by falling objects, dangerous equipment, and roof collapse. Perhaps the most dangerous threat to a coal miner is methane gas. Methane gas is undetectable as it has no color or odor. When this gas builds up, it can cause explosions and respiratory problems. In earlier times, miners brought canaries into mines with them. If the canary began to struggle or died, they knew they might be in trouble. Nowadays, miners are sent underground wearing emergency breathing devices at all times in order to give them enough time to escape. Mine workers are not the only ones involved in the dangerous aspects of coal mining, but the town and people living near the mine are also exposed to hazards. The Kentucky Environmental Foundation stated in 2013 that communities located near mountaintop mining sites face a number of health concerns. Explosion used to blast coal can cause great amounts of dust to be released into the air. This dust affects the respiratory health of adults and children living in these communities. Explosions from within the mine are capable of rupturing underground water pipes and drinking water. These explosions have also been known to send flying debris into nearby homes, hurting people and causing damage. On average, 50 to 60 coal miners die in the country every year while they work. However, in China, where safety regulations are less strict, more than 2,600 Chinese coal miners died last year, which is an improvement of over 6,995 deaths reported in 2002. Now Shonda will remind you of all the dangerous jobs we have discussed.